Hey guys, I'm Jessie, and today we're going to be talking about my January TBR. This is a little later in the month than I normally post my TBR, but it's been a crazy busy past few weeks with the holidays and kids and this and that, so you're getting it when you're getting it, okay? It is what it is. Now, as always, this whole month is my pile of possibility. Like, these are the books I want to get to, and honestly, it's a little ambitious for me for the month. And really only one of these books is ambitious, let's be real. But there's one on here, and it's the ambitious book, and it's the one that I am going to read second in the month, okay? Because I have to, because I need it. But all but one of these books are self-published, which I'm super excited about. I am going to really try this year to read more self-published fantasy books. And I have, I think, 4 here that I am really going to try to get to. One I'm already partway through. The others I'm very, very excited about. So let's go ahead and jump into my TBR. First, we'll talk about the ones that are not self-pub. And the first one is Dawnshard, and this is the Stormlight Archives 3.5 novella, basically. I'm almost done with it. It's short. It's only 177 pages, which sounds like a full-length novel to most people, but for a Sando book, especially a Stormlight book, it's super short. I'm really enjoying it. I'm almost done. I'm like 70% of the way through. I'm reading it on ebook, and I'm liking it, and I'm very, very excited to get more perspectives. I really like seeing Lopin. He is just hysterical, and I love him. So this has been a really fun novella. I'm going to be finishing it probably today. Now, my ambitious book. Can you guess what it is? Can you guess what my super ambitious book is that I'm jumping into right after Dawnshard? Surprise? Anyone? It's Rhythm of War. This is the last book in the Stormlight Archives. Well, the last current book. There will be 1 more in this arc and then 5 more in a secondary arc, but y'all, I'm finally getting to it, and I have to finish it by the 16th because I have a live show that I am going to be doing with a bunch of people from the Cosmere Crab Along, and I'm getting to this. I missed the Oathbringer one because I hadn't finished it yet, and I'm like, this is my full focus for the first 16 days of the month is this book right here. Like, I'm not allowed to do anything else. I have to read this. And these are so long. Like, how many pages is that? Is this one actually longer than Oathbringer? No, it's not. It is the same length as Oathbringer. And Oathbringer took me forever. But I loved it so much. So I know I'm going to love this. So I need to just, like, get to it. I'm not going to explain any of the synopsis of this series because, y'all, it's Stormlight Archives, and I don't even know how to explain the synopsis of Stormlight Archives. And especially now we're on, like, book 4. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you other than if you like Brandon Sanderson, read it. Next up, I'm going to be finishing Winds of Strife by Yuji Goodman. I know I've had this on so many TBRs, and I've progressively read more and more of the book. I think I'm like 35-40% of the way in now. And I just keep reading other things like my brain, but I'm loving it. So I'm very, very excited to finally finish this because that is the book that I'm reading after Rhythm of War, is I'm finishing this because I'm already partway through. Then we've got The Rave by J.R. Chaz. I'm super excited. This is a self-pub, I believe, YA fantasy. And it just sounds really cool. This girl, like, loses her parents and she lives with her grandpa, I believe. And then he ends up going missing and she ends up becoming this, like, hunter. This, like, demon hunter. Yeah. So it's like her grandpa trains her to be a demon hunter for, like, 10 years after her parents die. And then he goes missing. So we have to find out. So I'm excited. Plus this cover is stunning. I'm very excited to get to this one. Then we've got Immortal Sands. This was actually sent to me by my friend Stephanie at Stephanie's Bookverse. Pretty sure her sister is the one that wrote this. So super excited to read it. Support a friend and a friend's family. And it just sounds really cool. So here's the synopsis for you guys. It says, with help from a mysterious friend, Finna has escaped from the toughest prison in Terrace. Now, she is in a race against time to save her twin sister, Brielle, who was taken by the family. the rulers of Terrace, but the family has a dark secret that could ruin their reign, and Fenna will stop at nothing to bring them down. As a fugitive on the run, she struggles to remain hidden. Along the way, she faces her own demons and learns she might not be as alone in the fight as she first thought. Along with an old friend and a stranger who may not be all he seems, Fenna fights to save her sister and break the family's hold over Terrace. Like, that sounds right up my alley, and the cover's so pretty. I just love it. I'm excited to get to this one. The next one that I'm going to be getting to, and this is like the last book on my like self-pub official kind of TBR, is Between Starfalls. This is book 1 in the Children of Nexus by S. Cade. This was sent to me by the author. I'm so excited to get to this. It sounds really cool. And there's a badass mom in it, and it's fantasy. So thank you so much. I'm excited. It says, never leave the path. It's sacred law punishable by exile. When her son goes missing in the perilous mountains, Kamita defies the law to search for him. She enlists the help of her hero brother and 2 friends, a priestess berserker and a fire-wielding tinkerer. But the law exists for a reason. When the search party is captured by the mythical Kamalti, they learn that Kamita's son was sent to an ancient prison. As they battle for freedom, they discover a horrible truth that will change the future of both races forever. With their world in upheaval, she must find a way to peace to save her son. But tensions between the 2 races are leading to war. You know, it reminds me a lot of Shadow of the Gods, how Orca has to go off and save her son. And that, I love that. I love that trope. Like, yes. So I'm excited to get to this one. So I also have a few NetGalley books that I want to try to get to. I'm trying to like clear out my NetGalley shelf, but I did request a few more. So these are like not guaranteed that I'm going to get to right now, because like some of them are still like they're already published. So like I'm kind of past the arc date, but some of them are not. I'm going to try to get to End Every Generation by Kendar Blake. This was on my most anticipated books. This is a Buffy the Vampire Slayer sequel, basically, following Willow's daughter. And yes, Willow was my favorite character, so I'm here for it. Then I have the Bone Shard Emperor on NetGalley, so I really need to get to that. I loved book 1. I really want to get to Liar's Knot at some point, which is the sequel to Mask of Mirrors. Then I have Bound by Firelight, which is another anticipated one. That one is not out yet. I believe it comes out in February. But it's the sequel to Cast in Firelight, which is a YA fantasy romance that I really, really liked last year. So you can check out the full review to that one. I do have a full review for that. I have Little Thieves by Margaret Owens. So I also have like a really pretty Illumicrate edition. And now I have the NetGalley arc too, so I really need to get to that because it's out. And yeah, I just want to clean out my NetGalley shelf. So I might do like a week of just NetGalley, but probably not until February, because I really want to get these like self-published books out of the way, and I have to read Rhythm of War. And Rhythm of War is a beast, y'all. She big. So we'll see. But as always, thank you guys for hanging out with me. My name's Jessie, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.